AEW stars want CM Punk back for All In. Plus, a re-signed WWE star is still awaiting their on-screen return. And an infamous TNA gimmick match is making a shock comeback. It's all in the wrestling news right now. I know what you're thinking. I know what they're thinking, Ross.
What are they thinking, Tom?
Well, we've put out videos and we've talked about how AEW stars do not want CM Punk back. And here we are with a video saying, yeah, they do.
Well, there's a direct quote involved here, so, you know, we have seen the one side of the coin, so now we see the other side of the same coin.
FTR were on Up Rocks, and Cass Wheeler said that if AEW wants to sell out All In at Wembley, there's one match that will do it. And they say, I love that we're going to Wembley, even if it's not completely to the brim full, 50, 60, 70,000, whatever it ends up being, that is huge for the company. As a company that's only a couple of years into existence, you can't play it safe all the time. The roster right now is so deep. Why not go for it? Go for what? Well, Dax Harwood says CM Punk and FTR versus the Elite. It's got to be it, right? You want to take this company to the next level? That's it. That's me dreaming. That's the dream match. 6-man tag in Wembley Stadium could help launch AEW to the next level.
Now, I would argue just locking CM Punk and the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, maybe even bring back that dog-faced gremlin fella, Ace Steel, lock them in a cage, no rules, no stipulations. I reckon that would sell out the stadium more than that, you know, just to split hairs, you know, Daxley Harwood. But you can see what he's saying. He's trying to get his pal back in the fold. It makes complete sense from a business perspective, even if it might not from a personal one. Behind the scenes, it might cause more issues than it's worth. Who knows where CM Punk's head's at the moment. But what he said there, to get 50, 60, 70,000 butts in seats, I can see why he said it.
There's a bit of a conspiracy theory doing the rounds that, you know, they wouldn't have announced this massive show at Wembley had they not had something huge in the pipeline for it. And obviously there was a couple of schools of thought here. I saw some people suggesting that maybe, you know, this happening around the same time as Drew McIntyre's contract coming to the end. A few people, I wouldn't read into that too much, too deeper than that. Could brought in Drew. And I think then obviously the other one is CM Punk. Is another name that people are throwing around. It's like, oh, maybe they've come to terms with that. I genuinely think that with AEW's first show in the UK, I think whatever card you put on, I think it's going to do really well. Yeah. Don't take the mick, though. Let's not do WCW House Show Tour of 2000, headlined by the Marmalukes versus the Harris twins.
Oh, my God. That's the one I saw in Newcastle upon Tyne in November of 2000. Owen Morrison, I'll give you the card I put up there. What a card it is. Look at that. That's all the big names, apart from Hulk Hogan.
Throw some big names at that. But CM Punk, so you think a cage match with all of them in? Just let them sort it all out.
We love the backstage stuff. I'm sure we'll get the nice build-up on AEW All Access, seeing, you know, exactly what happened in that fateful locker room after All In. Of course we will, won't we, Tom?
Yeah.
And then we'll see from that a natural progression to a sort of like fight pit-esque match, which would sell all the tickets.
I reckon, we were chatting about this upstairs, like if CM Punk is not a fixture for this show, I think putting Sting on will do great numbers, because Sting, I don't think, has wrestled in the UK for about 20 odd years, is he?
He was on that card I saw.
There you go. He was last in Geordieland. Get him up there. Whatever they draw, and as Cash Wheeler's kind of saying there, even if it's not a completely brimful thing, and I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be eagerly watching the numbers that they sell. I think if AEW sell out Wembley, fantastic. But you know what? Even if AEW draw 40,000, that's still phenomenal. Yeah. That's still a great number. You know?
It's just the fact that Wembley is, you know, without the pitch seats, 90,000, take a little bit out of the way for the entrance ramp, I assume they'll have in place there, add a bit more back on for the floor seats. WWE, when we went to Clash at the Castle in Cardiff, had an entire side of the arena, well, one of the ends behind the football goals, if you want, completely sectioned off, because that's where all the hard cam and that stuff was. AEW wise to do something similar, I think. So they're going for like the full, like the Grand Slam sort of look of the entire place being full.
You're going to want to have like a space cleared out so people, so you can get, if you're going to, I presume they're going to put it on TV. Be weird if they didn't. Yeah. Be weird if they didn't.
And it's wrestling, so even if it is half full, just say it's 101,000.
Just lie.
Why not?
Wrestling's all about lies. If you draw 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, it's still amazing. Yeah. If you draw 10,000, you might have a problem.
Yeah. WES, remember that?
Oh, remember her? That drew approximately 0 because it never even flipping happened. Whoa, there's a whole video about that on the channel. Go find it. That was, what a week that was in the run-up to the Motor Point Arena.
236 tickets sold it was in the 10,000 arena for that second show.
Oh, gosh.
Ooh, lovely.
Made me feel a bit sick.
Anyway.
Let's move back to WWE now. A bit of update on some ex-WWE stars making returns. One behind the scenes.
Yeah, Weston Blake, the former Wesley Blake from the tag team with Buddy Murphy and stuff like the Forgotten Sons as well, more recently on the main roster. He's coming back to be involved in a coaching/training role for the wrestlers now, and he was at the Performance Center last year as well as a guest coach.
So he's going to be working potentially a bit more with WWE and other talent as a trainer, which is great because we've seen Buddy Murphy do some really good stuff as part of he was Forgotten Sons, wasn't he?
No, House of Black. Buddy Murphy, he was with Rollins, wasn't he?
Of course he was.
Yeah.
I'm a silly boy.
They were called the Forgotten Sons for a reason, Tom. That's why you got mixed up.
My head fell off. I'm thinking of Steve Macklin.
Yeah.
Steve Macklin, who is on the verge of becoming the Impact World Champion, which I'm over the moon with. Like, I'm happy to see Wesley Blake doing good stuff as well. What about another former WWE guy who we've yet to see back on the telly?
Fightful Select have been reporting that Eric Young is under WWE contract. Young was recruited back in a wrestling capacity in 2022 by Triple H's new regime, just a few months after taking over. We're told that by October, Impact Wrestling was made aware that Eric Young would be finishing up with the company. Wow, that's a roller coaster in a short space of time.
Yeah, back in October, he wrapped up. He was quite literally killed off on Impact Wrestling television, and he's just been sort of hanging back since November. And we kind of thought maybe we'd heard rumors that he was going back to WWE. We were thinking, is he coming back at the Rumble? Have they got something planned for maybe a new version of Sanity? And then it all went very quiet. And then we thought, well, maybe something's been misheard. Maybe he's not coming back at all, but Fightful have confirmed, oh no, he's on the books. They're just waiting to slot him back in.
It makes, well, when Nikki Cross was going through her weird phase, dropping the 24/7 title and that sort of stuff near the bin, not quite in the bin, and sort of all signs were pointing to her sort of going like, oh, I've not got any friends, this, that and the other. That's why she was stalking Candice LeRae. Maybe Sanity getting back together there, but we're still sort of waiting to see that never-ending story come to its conclusion.
Well, the story's never ended in WWE, as we know.
Yeah.
Think of all the trees they're wasting printing paper for that story. We'll keep an eye on that one. This, I have got both eyes, my ears, and my trousers facing towards the return of an infamous TNA gimmick match. I love the fact that Impact has such a beautiful, rich history that for good, bad, famous, infamous, they will always draw upon it. Give us the blurb from Impact, Ross.
4 months, the intense rivalry between the former Honor No More allies Eddie Edwards and PCO has sprawled across the Impact Zone, the parking lot, and even the Las Vegas desert. After failing to bury PCO alive, Edwards recruited Kenny King to join his cause, but when King fell to PCO's sacrifice, Edwards made a move that would shock the Impact faithful. During a singles bout against PCO on Impact, Edwards reunited with his wife, Alicia. That's a reference to that show from CBBC back in the day. Alicia. Ka-ching. Oh my God, it's 2023. As she cracked PCO in the back with the couple signature kendo stick, but after scoring the victory, Edwards was reminded that PCO is not human as he sat up and chased them off the property. Get off my lawn!
At Rebellion, it all comes down to this. Eddie Edwards and PCO settle the score once and for all in the infamous Last Rites match, where the only way to win is put your opponent in a casket and close the lid. I ask you, nay demand, that you go back to TNA Destination X 2007 or watch the OSW review version of it to save yourself some time and check out Sting and Abyss's Last Rites match. It is a glorious hot mess the highlight of which is the TNA wrestling fandom embracing this match by chanting "Fire Russo." Yes!
I need to watch that one myself. I've never seen it before.
Buzz, oh mate, take 12, 30 minutes out of your day. It's a hot mess. It's the best. It's coming back.
Yeah, buddy.
So excited. You can tell. It's a good day for wrestling news. If you missed it yesterday, Ross and I dropped a new tier list.
Oh yes, we did. We did all of John T. Cena's WrestleMania matches, including the Theory one at WrestleMania 39. Spoilers, that one was quite low down. What else went out over the weekend, Tom, involving World Cups?
The WrestleMania World Cup. So we took some of the considered most iconic WrestleMania matches. We seeded them tournament style, and by the end of 2 hours, we determined what is the best WrestleMania match of all time.
And you will not believe what won.
And there was, do you know what? It wasn't just what just won, but some of the stuff that made it through to like the semi-finals. It was a hot debate yourself, myself, and Jack the Jobber had, and you can check it out at youtube.com/Cultaholic. And for the latest wrestling news throughout the day, you can check out Cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you, bye.